Good morning, gang. Happy Thursday morning. All right. Take a little sidestep here and kind of go to another think past here. Food. Anybody noticed what's coming out in the, for a lack of better word, crop reports? Okay. Uh, the orange harvest down in Florida. Get this. Worst harvest in 90 years. Okay. Apparently they've got big time disease problems in the crops, pest problems, et cetera, et cetera. You like your orange juice? Start buying Tang. You should have Tang in your preps anyway. Okay. The more important one to look at, though, is the grain harvest. And because this one hits a lot closer to home. I mean, not all of us are drinking orange juice every day, but I can pretty much bet that somehow, some way, you are using wheat, corn, whatever would be somehow in your cooking. Okay? And we'll get a little bit further than that as well. The wheat harvest is in spots terrible. Kansas is going through a mega drought, and they're going to have the worst wheat harvest in decades. Now, here's an interesting one. And if any of you guys are wheat farmers, please try to explain this one to me because it makes no sense. Remember a year ago, we heard all the stories about, oh my God, the price of wheat is going to go through the roof because Ukraine supplies like 40% of the wheat to the world, and they're not going to be able to plant. You know, I've talked to you before about farmers out there trying to clear their fields of mines before they can plant, right? You know, not exactly what I'd call good. Hey, you know what? I'm going to go out and do some mine clearing today. So you have a shortage in wheat from there. Now, basic supply and demand. If there's less product and the demand stays the same, then prices go up, right? The problem we have is we have less product. You can't tell me the demand is going down, all right? You know, I don't think you had millions of people around the world going, you know what, honey, I think I'm going to cut bread out of my diet. Okay? So why are the prices of wheat coming down? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. If anybody can explain that to me, I'd love to understand this one. But here's where it gets more interesting. The corn crop is weak because you have droughts in Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, whole 9 yards. The farmland. I mean, not everywhere, of course. I mean, you know, Texas has had tornadoes and massive rainstorms and stuff in some places. Not that that's good for the crops either. But think about this. If the wheat crop, the hay crop, you know, and the corn crop are crap, you know, a lot of you guys have talked about this year about buying straw. I've talked about planting my sweet potatoes in straw. I showed you guys that. I was a little shocked this year when I was paying $6 a bale for a square bale of straw. Some of you guys have told me it's up like $30 where you are. Okay, sorry, $30 for a bale of straw not happening in this household. Okay, but take this to the next step. If straw, hay, wheat, corn, anything like that, all those grass crops are struggling, that the farmers aren't harvesting because prices are low, or that you have droughts, that the crops aren't coming in, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Let's take a look at the next step. What do you feed livestock? Okay. You know, you're feeding your livestock silage. Okay. Chances are farmers had all that over the winter to feed their animals. Well, they couldn't graze out in the fields. The problem is if you have all these droughts, now there's no pasture for the cattle or the goats or whatever to go graze in. So now you've got to come up with a different way to feed your livestock. So usually that means tipping on over to corn, except we have that problem too. So here's my question. Is this another, how do you want to put it, planned crisis that we have? How many times have we heard people, government, these globalist idiots coming up with, we need to stop eating meat. Cows fart too much, yada, yada, yada. And the public overwhelmingly says, I'm not cutting hamburger out of my diet. I don't care what you say, AOC, it's not happening. And so these Bill Gates bug burger supporters come up with their idea of, well, let's see, if we can't get rid of the cows, let's get rid of the cow feed. No corn, no grass, no straw, no hay. Not that you're feeding your cows the wheat, okay? But even then, you somehow do something to affect the hay crop, it's going to affect the wheat crop too. Weather manipulation. Gee, I don't know. Ever heard of HARP? Okay, we've talked about that numerous times, so have many other channels. But this is stuff to pay attention to, guys, when you look at stocking your food. I know everybody, me included, likes to go get stuff when it's on sale because, hey, I can stock more because it's on sale. I can put it in the pantry. Hey, I'm going to go out and get, I don't know, look, Augustin Farms has, a sale on this. Let's pick up a couple extra. I totally get that. But sometimes you got to look at the other side of your storage and go, why is this stuff getting more expensive? Usually, it's because it's becoming more scarce. And sometimes buying the more expensive stuff, as counterintuitive as it seems, might be the logical idea because it ain't going to get cheaper in the near term. You could use gold and silver, for example. Now, all things said, I was buying silver when it was down at $18 an ounce. No problem. I was also buying silver when it was up $25 an ounce. Okay, silver's 23 and change right now. All right, so I've got some that is in the red, some that's in the black. This is why what's called in the investment world dollar cost averaging is so important because, I've got, using my silver example again, some at 18 and some at 25. Okay, and I can't tell you exactly what I've got where, but I mean, if you just took the average of the two, okay, let's say I got half at 18 and half at 25, then my average cost is 21 and a half. Well, at 23 and a quarter, or whatever it is, I'm still in the black for everything. It's the same when you're storing food. We all can go into our pantry and look at stuff that we bought 2 years ago and go, boy, you remember when a can of tomato paste was 39 cents. Now a can of tomato paste is 79 cents or whatever. Pick something. Okay. And you go, isn't it great we got this stuff at 39 cents? Yes. Eventually you're going to run out of the stuff that's at 39 cents. It behooves you to still get it now when it's at 79 cents, even though you think it's expensive. Why? Because what happens 2 years from now when you go to the store and you look at it, it's $1.29. And you go, you know what? Wish I had some of that stuff that was 79 cents. Really wish I had it when it was 39 cents. But, I'm glad I got more even as the prices are going up. Are things going to get better in the economy? That's doubtful. Okay. Even if we had a complete cleaning of house in Washington and a complete change of the economy, it's not going to turn on a dime. We're not going to go, oh, it's January 20th, 2025. The economy's in the toilet. Oh, it's January 21st, 2025. Hey, look, happy days are here again. The price of everything just got cut 40%. It doesn't work that way. This is the thing. Watch what is having problems, and those are the things that you want to be investing in, okay? Because problems don't miraculously get better. Look at our debt ceiling example. Fitch, okay, the ratings company that rates debt issues, the credit quality of companies, municipalities, countries, announced last night that the United States is on credit downgrade watch again. Gee, remember the last time this happened? 2011? Yeah. Who was president then? Oh, yeah, Barry. What do we got now? Barry's third term. Okay. Pay attention to this. Watch some of this stuff. You can go back and look in history. What happened recent history. What happened in 2008, 2009? We all remember the housing crisis. What was hindsight's 2020? What does everybody say? Oh, you know what? After that crash, I really wish I would have bought property. Okay? When it happens again this time, you wished you did it last time, you see the exact same thing this time, do it. Okay? What happened in 2011, the last time we had a debt crisis, and afterwards you go, oh, I wish I would have bought X. Same situation. This time, do it. There's a lot of intelligence that can be gathered and can be used from some of this stuff that nobody can think past here about. That's our job, to think past here. That's what preppers do. We anticipate what is coming by reading the tea leaves about what's happening, where everybody else just goes off in their own little la-di-da-di-da, whatever happens, happens. We're going, I'll figure a way to take advantage of it. Use the same principles when it comes to your food. Pinball out.